अभी जो हम लोगों का जो मेन एम है वो ट्रेड के बारे में भी जानना, क्योंकि कोई भी एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट होता है तो एक ट्रेड लेन में होता है. इट हैपेंस बिटवीन ए ट्रेड, whatever be a trade lane like India US trade, India Europe trade, India Africa trade, India South America trade. And what is our aim is to always keep focus about India. This is the main aim what we have. We will be always focus about India. We will be always nationalist about India. Okay. So when we have taken this topic India Russia, so let me tell you that today we will be very nationalist, because in the whole world, if you see the last 100 years of the growth, whichever country which has been the nationalist towards its nation, those countries has only become the developed nation. It's talk about America, America talk about American, German talk about the German, Japanese talk about the Japanese, Chinese talk about the Chinese, French talk about the French, Britishers talk about the British. So the first thing what we as an Indian, we have to be very, very nationalist. As long as we do not become nationalist, we talk about India first, then only the growth of India will be, fabulous. We are on a growth path. Now world is listening to us in many factors, in many areas, which you can see at the many platforms. So, and this was the one of the best platform when India, in the whole world, when they had a different opinion, India had a different opinion. So there must be some reason that why the India had a different opinion. So if you remember in our last classes, we talk about, if you want to understand the trade, any trade in the world, the 4 things you must learn about the nation. First thing is the history. We have been taught history very badly. History is very much related to any of the business. History is very related to know about ourselves. History is very important. Just for an example, I'll tell you, अगर कोई शेर का बच्चा अपने शेर के बच्चे को ये बताना 3-4 जनरेशन छोड़ दे कि तू शेर का बच्चा है, और उसको बता दे तू गधे का बच्चा है, तो 5वें जनरेशन से वो शेर को भी लगने लगेगा कि वो गधे का ही बच्चा है. Unless and until उस शेर का बच्चा उसको बताएगा कि नहीं तू शेर का बच्चा है. This is what the history tells you. You are the son of a lion and you are the king of the jungle. Then only you will realize that you are the king of the jungle. So this is what the history, that you need to know about the geography. हम लोगों को geography हमेशा याद करवा दिया जाता था, but geography याद करने की चीज नहीं है. Geography क्या है? खोज करने की चीज है, जो अभी हम लोग थोड़ी देर पहले खोज कर रहे थे. अरे व्लादिवोस्टॉक कहाँ पे है? Just for an example we were doing. Geography. Third thing, culture. Culture, people, population, income, whatever you say. So it's all about, when you tell about culture, it includes everything about the people. Like when we talk about American, we know how the Americans are, how their culture would be. So third thing, we need to know about the culture of the, and then history, geography, culture, and fourth thing what I told you, like resources. That country, what the resources they have. Because आयात निर्यात क्यों होता है? Because of the scarcity of the resources at both ends. Some country has something in abundance, some country has something in less. So from the abundant to less, less to abundant, whatever it happens. So you need to know about the resources of those countries. So knowing the trade, any trade, what you need to know? You need to know about the history, geography, culture, and resources of the nations. So now when we are talking about India and Russia, now we have to talk about little bit of the history of the both the countries. तो भारत की जो हिस्ट्री है, अगर हम लोग देखें या जहां तक से हम लोग को सुनते हैं, बताया जाता है या पढ़ते हैं, so let's talk about from the phase of Lord Rama, from the Ramayana phase, what we know about. So in the Ramayana, if you see, if you listen and if you learn about the strategy, what things they had. First thing, they also had the weapons. They also had the tactics to war. That means there was somebody was there where they have to protect themselves and they have to make themselves very powerful. And when they have these things, then only what we could do, they could fight with the Ravan, and they defeated Ravan with what? With all those weapons and everything what they had that time. So they had a stronger weapons, they had a stronger economy, and after the winning the whatever destroying Ravan, what they did, they handed over to Vibhishan. बोला अब तुम राज करो. बट ये कब हो पाया? जब भगवान राम के पास पावर था, उनके पास वेपन्स था. Then only they could do it, they could dominate it. Now after Ramayana, now come to Mahabharata. So actually the meaning of Mahabharata is taken as a very separately. But the meaning is what? Mahan Bharat. If you divide it, Mahabharata is a Mahan Bharat. Mahan Bharat matlab kya tha? So Bharat was the one figure, okay, and then the dispute has started between the brothers. And the dispute went to the very different level, and then the Lord Krishna has to come into, and then the Krishna went into the courtyard, and he has to plea, he has to request Duryodhan. And Ramdhari Singh Dinkar has written a very, very nice poem on this, which is Rashmi Rathi, and in that Rashmi Rathi he has written that Lord Krishna went to the दुर्योधन कोर्टयार्ड एंड सेड, है न्याय अगर तो आधा दो, है न्याय अगर तो आधा दो, उसमें भी अगर बाधा हो तो दे दो केवल 5 ग्राम, रखो पूरी धरती तमाम. But what the Duryodhan did, Duryodhan has denied to give even the 5 villages to the Pandavas. But what was the difference like? There has been always a fight between the powers. Because Duryodhan was thinking that he is more powerful than anybody else. So why he should give it? He should keep with us. And then what Lord Krishna says, Duryodhan वह भी दे न सका, आशीष भगवान का ले न सका. And then what Krishna has announced into that, कि दुर्योधन रण ऐसा होगा, फिर कभी नहीं जैसा होगा, भाई पर भाई टूटेंगे, विश्वान धनुष से छूटेंगे. Means again what it came? It came about the weapons. That do you have the power? And the power will come out from the weapons. And what was the weapons during that time? It was the dhanush and all the whatever the ammunition along with that. So whoever had been the powerful into that, whoever has been able to save their territory. And now after that, what happened? That all the kingdoms has been divided into separate. All the rajas has been divided into separate, and they all started enjoying their own territory. And when they enjoying their own territory, what happened? Lot of the outsider came to our country to invade. Now tell me, when somebody is coming to invade or robbery, where they will come? Must be the state would be prosperous. Must be the state would be having lot of richness. Then only somebody will come and to fight and to take something from you. If you are a poor, who will come and tell you? Who goes to the beggar and fight to take his chapatis and rotis from him? The robber goes to the anybody who is richer. So the India as a Bharat would have been so rich at that time that people from outside were coming to invade and to take it the asset from this country. Then what happened after that? After that, the Europeans started. Now they also realized that this country or this land has a huge richness and potential. And then what they did, they also started coming to our country. And they also started exploiting. But how? The earlier came with a very powerful weapons with all powerful body and everything, and our people were all divided. Say तो वो पार्ट को जीत लिया, ये पार्ट को जीत लिया. Then when the Britishers and also came, they came with a new weapons. What was that? All ammunitions. See, earlier there was a sword and everything which you hear from all our kings and everybody. Now Britishers came with top, banduk. So what the talwar will do? Sure, talwar will do like this. So what was the basic thing? They had the power of the weapons. Now why we are talking about all these things today? As I told you, we need to know about the history. So after the Britishers went from India, the India was into pathetic situation. The same thing here what I told you, unless and until you do not know, and a lion will not tell 5 generation, 6 generation, 7 generation that you are the son of lion, you have started thinking that tum to gadhe se the, to gadha ho. So when the Britishers went, till the time he made everybody realize that you peoples are like, you are poor people, it's a, city of snake, they have taken all the gold and everything, diamond and everything, so you are left with nothing. So you are now the poor people, you don't have anything. Now this has taken years and years to realize. And now I think the time is coming for the next few generations will make realize to the world that the India was the richest and India will be the richest. So this is the reason when we talk about, India and Russia. So I was telling you that today the chapter is not about only the, India, Russia. It's about the nationalism. और एक कविता मेरे को याद आता है, हम लोग बचपन में पढ़ा करते थे, तो उसमें कविता है, एक अपना मैथिली शरण गुप्त की कविता है, बहुत अच्छी कविता है. उसमें उन्होंने बोला है कि जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, जिसमें बहती रसधार नहीं, वो हृदय नहीं, वो पत्थर है जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं. These were the people who were writing about our history. They were making us realize, about the history, about how to love the nation.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to visit www.contaco.in.